We are not going to help you with anything. I want you to handle everything that has to do with your husband yourself, Andrea. Please stop thinking that just because I'm married to your oldest son, that we have to help you with everything. What? Ashley? I heard from Ruben already. You asked him to go and help out with his father while he's in the hospital. That is something you can handle all on your own, so don't be asking my husband to go there and help you. Just because he's your child does not make him your slave. That's not at all how I think of my children. I was just told by the doctor that my husband will be in the hospital for some time now, and considering that the new hospital is much closer to your guys' house than it is to mine, I thought it would be better to ask Ruben for the help. I was never meaning for that to seem as though I'd be making him handle everything for me. I wonder about that. I'm sure the moment he started to help out, you'd begin complaining about your knees or something and make him do everything. You can't handle all that simple work because you're so lazy, so you just make my husband and I do all the work. Well, that was never my intention though, Ashley. Anyway, my family will not be helping you with anything, especially since Ruben has become a lot more busy at work recently. He never has any time during the week to catch a break, so he really has to have his weekends to himself or he'll begin to fall apart. We have to have Saturday and Sunday in order to spend some time together or else I'm going to go mad. So don't expect that either of us will be using our time to come out and help you. That's why I never said he had to come out every week. I just asked that around once a month would be good enough and a huge help for me. And since Ruben is his son as well, my husband would be very happy to see him. It would be nice to have our son come out to the hospital and see his dad while he's going through his treatments. If I've already said that it's going to be impossible, please stop talking about it. If your husband really wants to see his son's face, then have him look at some pictures. That should keep him happy, right? Then, at the very least, can you help out? I heard about this from Ruben already, but earlier this year you quit your part-time job, right? If you have all that time on your hands now, it would really be generous of you to come out and help a little every so often. Really, I just need you to go into the hospital once or twice a month to see your father-in-law and listen to what the doctors and nurses have to say about him. Huh? And why should I have to come and help you? I'm not your guys' actual daughter. You have no right asking a complete stranger to come and help you out like that. But you keep telling me that my actual son isn't allowed to come and help us. No frickin' way. This is the exact reason why I hate you so much. If my son isn't going to help out, then I'll ask my daughter-in-law to do it. I really missed out on getting myself a proper mother-in-law, didn't I? Excuse me? Just know that no matter what you try and say, we're not coming to help you and your husband. When the husband is in trouble, it's his wife's job to go help. Your husband was kind enough to keep you around all this time, so you go ahead and take care of him and his recovery all by yourself.
Yo, Mom, what is going on here? I was listening to all the voicemails that were left for me, and there was one from you. Did you really end up putting Dad into an old folks home?
Yes, I really did. Dad is out of the hospital and all now, but he doesn't have any strength and still requires a lot of attention. The hospital told me he'd never be able to walk on his own again and would need to live in a wheelchair now. So I had a talk with some of the faculty at the hospital about what my options were, and they said the best thing to do was put him into an old folks' home.
No way, Mom. So Dad's really going to a home now?
Had you and Ashley been able to come over and help from time to time, then I would have thought a bit more about keeping him here at home. But you both are too busy to come and help, right? And since I'm getting old myself, it's becoming too much for me to have to carry him around and do everything in the house. So because of that, I'm really sorry, but your dad has to stay in that home. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from here. I'll make sure to handle all the paperwork and bills for the old folks' home, so don't you worry about that.
Wait. You can't do that to him, Mom. There is no way you could just put Dad into a facility like that now. Stop trying to be so selfish now and stay home with Dad and take care of him yourself.
Excuse me?
Do you have any idea how much it'll cost to have Dad put into one of these homes? That would be a waste of good money. If you just get off your butt and take care of him at home, then it won't cost a penny.
If you're worried about money, don't be. Both your dad and I have made sure to save up a lot of money throughout the years for things like this. I have the money to put him up for a few years there.
What are you talking about? All that money you and Dad worked so hard for to save up is supposed to go to us after you've both gone. And considering you both never really had that great of jobs, you can't have all that much money saved up, right? Yet, do you want to use whatever you have left sending Dad away like that? You'd only be wasting Ashley's and my inheritance that way.
Excuse me, Reuben, what the actual hell do you think you're talking about right now? Who the hell do you think you are to worry about your inheritance at a time like this? None of this money your dad and I have is yours, so don't you dare speak to me like that again, you idiot!
You're the freaking idiot, Mom. Using that money which should be ours on someone else like Dad? You were totally healthy, Mom, so stop being so lazy and help care for your husband. No way am I going to let you put Dad into a home like that just because you want to relax and have all that time to yourself. You have no right sending the man you spent so many years married to away like that.
It's because he and I have been happily married for this long that I want him to have a better life there than here. I would feel much more happy with my husband going into that home and being cared for by professionals than having him here all alone with just me. Do you have another plan that you care to share with me? Would you and your wife be willing to actually leave that house of yours and come out to help the family for once?
You know we can't be asked to do that. I'm busy with work right now and Ashley shouldn't have to care for Dad. I'm just asking that you get off your butt and take care of Dad yourself is all. I will not allow you to put my dad into one of those expensive old folks' homes.
Jesus Christ, Reuben.
Now, you take care of my old man, and you make sure to take good care of him for Ashley and myself as well.
Ashley, what the hell is all of this about now? There are just these huge boxes addressed from you showing up at my house now. I tried calling Reuben about all of this, but he won't answer me. Oh, so all our things are already showing up there. Well, can you make sure to put all those boxes in the living room for us? Answer my frickin' question, Ashley. What the hell are all these boxes doing at my house? I have a funeral to get to today for my husband, so tell me why I have all these boxes dropped off at my house. What? The funeral is supposed to be today? Well, then, can you make sure to have all those boxes moved up to the second floor for us? Both Reuben and I feel that with this chance, we're finally going to move back into that house now. What? You're moving into my house? We never thought that your husband would end up kicking that can so quickly. And it's not fair to have only you living in that massive house all by yourself now, right? Therefore, Reuben and I had a little discussion about it, and that's where we decided that we'd use this chance to move into that house with you. So, in other words, you guys are invading my house now? I never thought that the two of you would be so kind as to move in with me. I'm actually really happy to hear this wonderful news from you. You shouldn't be, because we're not actually going to be living there with you. Are you kidding me? You actually think the both of us would move into that house with the intentions of living with you? But you both are going to be moving into this house with me now, right? Correct, but not with you living there as well. So please hurry up and get out of there once you have all of our things carried in, Andrea. From now on, it will be Reuben and I that are living in that house as just the two of us. Excuse me? But I truly did forget that today was the day of your husband's funeral. I was thinking today would be the perfect day to move in. I guess since it'll be too much of a pain in the butt for us to come there today, we'll be moving in tomorrow instead. You hold it right there, Ashley. Are you really trying to kick me out of my own house right now so that you and my son can live here without me? The fact that you'd even think about kicking out an old woman like me, when Reuben hears about this, he'll be pissed. You think so? I'm not sure why he'd be pissed off when he was the one that said this plan was okay. Actually, this was his plan in the first place, Andrea. What? We had actually been wondering if we should have a new house built for us or not. But around this part of town, the land is all really expensive to buy, and there was no chance of us affording it. However, as we were starting to give up on the idea of getting a new house built, Ruben's dad died. He then said we could go and get your guys' old house and renovate it into something brand new and modern. So we've both agreed that we'll be taking your house now and putting some elbow grease into it and making it look brand new and amazing. There's no way Ruben would say that. So, now that you're aware of everything, I'd like you to get all of your things together after the funeral and get lost. We would really like to get started on all the renovations soon. Even if you're asking me to leave, where am I supposed to go? I'm too old now to be finding myself a new house on my own. Can't you both at least find me a place to move to before you come and take this house? Huh? We don't care what happens to you after this. Just go and find yourself a room at an old folks' home or something. Excuse me? It's probably really difficult for a single woman your age to find an apartment that will accept you, right? So I guess the only option you have left is an assisted living home. Then we won't have to worry about you ever again. What the hell, Ashley? You both were telling me the whole time before that I couldn't put my husband into a home like that because it would cost way too much money. Yet when it benefits the both of you, you're all open to having me put in one? Back then, neither Ruben or I knew a lot about those kinds of places. But recently, we had a look at some of the cheaper homes, and man, are they cheap. If you put yourself in one of those old and run-down homes out in the middle of nowhere, it should only cost around $500 a month. So if you can go to one of those places, please do. So, you're just fine throwing me into one of those old places without even thinking about letting me stay somewhere new and comfortable? You both aren't going to make me pay for wherever I go, right? You're going to pay for the home so that I no longer have to live here, right? Huh? Why would either of us be paying for you to go into one of those homes? Go ahead and do your best to pay for one of those places using your Social Security and as little of your savings as possible, please. Neither Ruben or myself are going to give you a single penny. Well, I'll be. I'm sure in your state you'll only be around a little while longer, right? So you shouldn't have any problems with leaving this house now and finding a rundown home to go live in, right? Now, you'd better hurry up and find yourself one of those super cheap old folks' homes before the day is over. From now on, that massive house of yours will be Ruben's and mine. Get out of our way now, you old dying hag. I'll give you all I have then. Oh, come on now. You're really going to give us all that money your husband left you and whatever you had yourself as well? What's happened to you, Andrea? I've had enough of the both of you, and I mean that with all my heart. Today's the day of the funeral of my dear husband, and I didn't expect either of you to come at all to see him buried. But then these boxes all started to show up to my house with your guys' names on them, saying you're taking my house now. Now that I've finally been driven up the wall by you two, I'm taking this house and all my money and giving it to you. Will that be enough to get you both to leave me alone forever? If you can promise me that, then I'll make sure to give you both everything that was in my husband's will and the house. That's a deal! Then once this funeral is all over with, I'll grab what little I have and be gone. Now you both enjoy the trashed estate that I'm leaving behind for you. This is all coming from my husband's will for you both, so please take that as something very special. What? What do you mean by trashed estate? Oh, I'm sorry, but there will be a lot of people coming soon for my husband's funeral. I'll have to be going now. Please excuse me. Hey, Andrea, what the heck is wrong with this whole house? The whole second floor is filled with trash and smells like rotting sewage. Hey, don't be saying all that about the house, all right? This has all been left for you two by your late father, and it should be respected for that very reason. You both asked to have the place, so please talk about it in a more fitting manner. Huh? How the hell is this house supposed to be respected as a gift from your husband? All the awnings in this house are broken, and the chairs in the house are all trashed with tears in them. And the dining table is so old that it looks like there's mold growing in the wood. What the actual hell happened to this place, especially the second floor? That's the house your father-in-law left for you two. Just before he passed away, he was collecting all these old and useless things and putting them upstairs. Things like those old dishes and the umbrellas, all those old clothes, the broken machines and electronics. And what was even more interesting is that even though he was bound to a wheelchair, late at night he'd leave the house and go off somewhere. What? Just in the middle of the night, he'd leave the house and wander off. After being discharged from the hospital, his head really went downhill and he became very senile. He would leave the house all night and come back in the early morning with all that junk and have me take it upstairs for him. To him, though, he thought of all of those things as presents for me that he'd gone out and bought. He thought all of this garbage was presents for you? When he was younger, he'd always come home with small little gifts for me. He was always thankful for the work I did caring for the house and the kids, so he'd bring me flowers and cake and other little treats to make up for all that. So considering the fact that he was so senile and was probably just thinking about how things were in the past with getting me all those presents, I couldn't throw any of it away. So I did as he said and took it all upstairs and dumped it in the rooms. I had tried just one time to try and toss some of that junk, but when he saw me taking it to the trash, he freaked out and started to ask why I didn't love him anymore. That's why all that junk stayed up there and never got thrown away. So that's why you told us to enjoy this trashed estate? We can't even get to half of the second floor because there's all this mounds of junk laying around. Well, if you just close some of the doors up there and leave it all be, you shouldn't notice any of the stench. I was planning on having all that junk cleaned out by professionals after my husband passed away so that I wouldn't hurt his feelings any. But both you and my son really wanted that house from me so badly, I had no other choice but to hand it to you both as part of my son's inheritance. That was a huge help, though, doing that for me. Are you kidding me right now? You do something about all this trash right now. Why do Ruben and I have to be the ones to clean up your husband's mess now? I told you that I'd be giving you guys everything that my husband left behind, right? In other words, all that he left behind was that house and its junk, which makes all of it your guys' junk now. So you both please clean it up yourselves. I'd gotten in touch with some professional cleaners before the funeral to ask about how much it cost to clean out that place, and they told me around $15,000. $15,000? That's the amount it'd cost to clean this whole house for us? There would be a lot of things they'd need to go through and clean, and a lot of machinery would need to be used as well. There also doesn't happen to be a whole lot of professional cleaners in this city. Out of the 3 companies I asked, they were all saying it cost around that much to get the job done. You have to be kidding me. Oh, but you both have already kicked me out of there, so you can go ahead and do whatever you please with the place. Just remember that that's what he inherited from his dad, so he should treat it with some form of respect. Shut the hell up about that, Andrea. The only option we have now is to throw all of this away. What the hell were you thinking? You told us you'd be giving us everything you had before leaving. We thought we'd be getting more money and things like that from you that you got from your husband. We don't want this trash anymore, so just give us some money. You have to still have something that you're hiding from us, right? I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's nothing else that I'm hiding. What my husband left behind was that house and whatever junk is inside it. What are you talking about? Back when you said you wanted to put him in an old folks' home, you said there was more than enough money to do so. But then we both asked that you take care of your husband at home and not waste all that money on putting him in a home, right? You saved all that money by not having to send him away, so that should all be coming to us now, right? I suppose I did save money by not having to put my husband in a home, but that money was going to be coming from my own savings account. My husband never had the money to put himself into one of those homes for very long. What? What are you talking about right now, Andrea? What's going on here? To be honest, he was never really that good at saving money as I was. He was the one paying for the house and all the food and bills, which made me very happy. But with the rest of that money, he'd spend it on presents for me and on himself, never bothering to put any of it away. Well, that's why the only savings he and I ever had came from the money I made working part-time. And since it was all being saved up by me, I became the sole holder of that account. No way! So, really, the only things that my husband had in his will was the house, all the junk in it, and a couple $100 he had left over. I think the things you both have been hoping for all this time is the money that I currently hold. You're lying. So this old house and all the garbage in it is all we're able to get from him? We at least wanted enough money in order to pay off some of our debt. Now, I have some things to get back to, Ashley. I'll never be going back to that dump anymore, so go ahead and do whatever you want with it.
Hey, Mom. We will take care of all of that trash that's been piling up on the second floor. We'll even pay for the cleaners to come in and take care of the deeper and more hard-to-get stuff. So please, can you come back here and live with us from now on?
Huh? You really think I want to talk to you again after the way you behaved a while back? Weren't you both so excited to kick me out of the house and take all the things your dad left behind for you?
We had planned to really enjoy this house, but the money to get it renovated, I had thought that Dad would have had some money to give me as well in the will. But, he honestly has no money for me, does he?
What? What was that?
Well, look, you took care of Dad these last few months in the house, right? I thought that since you didn't have to waste all the money on sending him into an old folks' home, that money would be coming to me. That was how I convinced Ashley into moving here, because we both thought we could renovate the place without spending a dime.
So you were serious about wanting your dad's money that badly? I'm sure you've heard part of this from your wife, but there is nothing left in your dad's accounts. You both do your best to save up what you can and use that money.
We don't even have any savings ourselves, though. I'm still hiding all of this from Ashley, but at the beginning of this year, the company I worked for went and restructured everything. Because of that, we seriously have nothing in our accounts.
What? The company went through layoffs, is what you're saying?
Things weren't going so good with the last CEO, so he was kicked out and a new person came in who wanted lots of change. And for the longest time now, I've been in charge of making all the money that goes into our savings. So I went and took little by little out of what we did have saved up and claimed that that was my paycheck every month.
I can't believe that's the way you went through all your savings.
There was all the bills for things like our health insurance, car insurance, and so much more. But before all of this happened, I had been talking with Ashley about us getting our new house built. However, over time, I couldn't afford something like that anymore, so I brought up the idea that we could get my dad's house and renovate that. Then I'd be able to hide the fact that I didn't have any real money coming in anymore.
And that's when you found out the house you got was in tatters, right? And you don't even have the money to pay for the place to be renovated either, right? You have gone through all the savings you had trying to hide the fact that you have been unemployed this whole time. So this is all what's been going on with you?
Please, Mom. I get that Dad didn't have much money when he passed, but you have to still have a bit, right? I'll let you come back and live with us as long as you pay for the house to be renovated for us. I'll make sure to get Ashley to help me, and we can save up enough money to hire some cleaners to come in and do a deep clean. And I'll make sure to tell her to be more kind to you from now on.
No thank you, Reuben. I'm doing just as I was told and going into a retirement home. Actually, I've already found myself a place to stay and I'm doing all the paperwork right now.
What? You're already working on the paperwork?
Back when I was looking for a place for your dad, I also started to look around a little for myself. The people at the hospital were also a bit worried about the fact that not even my own son cared to help his parents any and gave me some good recommendations. I was able to care for Dad outside the hospital, but they were wondering what would happen to me after. And the place they recommended is so amazing.
Mom, come on now. You don't have to put yourself in a place as lonely as an old folks' home. I'm sure that you'll need help with something soon, so you can rely on Ashley and myself for that. So please, come back here and live with us. And please, use some of your savings to help us.
No way in hell, Reuben. No way in hell. I'm really looking forward to all the new people I'll be meeting at this place. I'll be able to chat with all of them about their lives and talk about the lovely life I had with your father. And neither my selfish son or his brainless wife will get in the way of that.
No way.
Now, you and Ashley have a great time living in that nasty house. I'm no longer going to associate myself with you two, so bye-bye. I was able to get right into the retirement home I was hoping for after I finished talking to Reuben. Both Reuben and his wife really wanted to know where I went, and so they both charged into the hospital my husband was at before demanding to know where I was. But before they could cause too much trouble, the nurses called the police and they were both taken out of the hospital. And as the two tried to wrestle themselves away from the police, they could hear all the nurses inside calling them morons and saying that they can't cry for their parents' help only when it benefits them. Soon after that, Ashley learned about how Reuben had lost his job almost a whole year ago, and that he was using all their savings to try and cover that up. She was so shocked by what she had heard, she couldn't even talk to her husband for days. Things for them only became worse, though, as Reuben was having real difficulties finding a job, and those in the neighborhood would start calling them ungrateful and lousy for never going to their father's funeral. I'm not sure who is all behind it, but recently the house has only become more trashed as there's crap all over the yard now, and the first floor looks like it's about to explode too.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Harmony, are you there? I got something to say to you. I want you and I to get a divorce.
Excuse me? Are you serious? That's crazy. You can't just drop something like this on me out of the blue.
Well, my daughter Joy is finally going to be getting married, and so I think the timing is perfect for this.
But wait, what do you mean by that? Why does Joy getting married mean we have to separate? Did I do something wrong? Are you upset with me? I don't get why you're acting like this.
I don't have any problems with you at all, Harmony. In fact, I feel nothing but gratitude towards you. You took me in when I was a single father, looking for a new wife. Then you raised my daughter as if she was your own child too. I have to say that I truly am grateful for all that you've done for us.
But then why? Why do you want to divorce me if you don't have any problems with me? I thought that this would have brought us closer together. I thought with Joy getting married and leaving that we'd have more time to spend with each other.
That's exactly why now is the perfect time to get out of this marriage. I can't stand the thought of having to spend more time alone with you. That's why I'm going to be leaving you and getting back together with the ex-wife instead.
You can't be serious. You're going to leave me for your ex-wife.
That's right, her and I actually started talking again recently. Apparently she heard that Joy was going to be getting married and she wanted to talk a bit with me. So then we start reminiscing and stuff, and before we knew it, we agreed to meet up in person. That was when she told me that she wanted to get back together.
Did she really say that? I don't believe this.
Well, apparently she hasn't been able to stop thinking about me ever since we got divorced all those years ago. She said that when she saw me when we met up, that it was like getting hit with a flood of emotions. When I saw her, it also stirred things inside of me that I hadn't felt in a long, long time. It was then that I realised that I did in fact want to get back together with her.
What are you talking about? You do remember that you've been married to me for over 10 years, right? Are you telling me that that really doesn't mean anything to you? How can you just cast me aside to get back together with your ex?
Because I realise that she's the person I want to grow old and die with, Harmony. Besides, I'm sick and tired of putting up with all your nagging and fussing.
But I don't even do any of those things.
Look, I've already explained to you just how thankful I am for all that you've done for me. Besides, my ex-wife wasn't suited to raise children at all. That's why she left me in the first place. She still wanted to enjoy her youth and not be tied down. I've been raising Joy as a single father ever since then. So I was never able to go out and party with my friends or co-workers. I was always having to worry about budgeting and cooking, and it just never ended. And that's why I'm so grateful for you. You stepped in, you took so much of the work off my hands.
I didn't take the work off of your hands, Tom. We just began to work together like a husband and wife should. I remember the first time that we met. You looked so haggard and thin. I just knew that I had to step in and do something for both you and Joy's sake. And now this is how you thank me for all the years of my life I've dedicated to you two.
Well, I'm sorry, Harmony. It's true that after marrying you, I had a lot more time and money on my hands, but it's also a fact that I just never felt any love between us.
You can't be serious about that, right?
Now look, I know that my ex was never suited to raise any children, but we still just have so much in common with each other, and she's the person I want to be with now. I mean, we both just love getting to go out and explore and shop together. But you're just so strict with money, and I feel like I'm hardly allowed to have any fun with you. You're always telling me that I can't just spend money on whatever I want, we have to prioritise the essentials, and I just feel like I can't do anything even in my own home.
Are you kidding me with this right now?
No, I mean, just the other day, I was telling you about how I wanted to get a new car. You said that I couldn't because there was nothing wrong with the car that I have now, remember? When I suggest going on a family vacation together, you complain about how we don't have the money to spend on things like that. I mean, what's the point of even working for money if you're not going to be able to spend it? I'm tired of living with a rat like you.
Do you really think that way about how we live? For whose sake is it that you think I've been trying to save money for, huh? The whole reason I'm always telling you to think about how we spend our money is because you don't know a thing about budgeting. I've had to hold back from buying so many things for myself because you don't know how to save.
So now you're trying to turn around, pin them all on me.
When we got married, you only had a few $100s to your name. And yet you were still asking me if I thought you buying a new car was a good idea. And we take plenty of vacations together, but we can't do that year-round. That's why we take one family vacation a year together. But we can't do that every month like how you want to. Besides, we need to think about saving our money so that we can put it towards paying for Joy's college tuition. But if you keep spending at this rate, I don't see how we're even going to have enough for ourselves when we're older.
Oh, please. We didn't need to save up any money for Joy's school. That's what student loans are for. I don't see why we'd have to pay for that just because we're her parents.
How can you say something like that? It's precisely because we're her parents that we should be working hard to provide her with opportunities for her to grow. It's the job of parents to prepare for this kind of thing.
Just where do you get off talking as if you're Joy's real mother, huh? You two aren't even related by birth. I'm the only real parent between us. You really need to remember your place before you open your mouth to talk to me about my daughter.
Excuse me? I know that you don't really mean that, Tom.
You want to know what I realised when I met up with Linda after she reached out to me? I knew that she was the only woman in the world who understood me. And now that she's finally gotten all her partying out of her system, it's time for me to take her back so we can begin our lives anew.
And I guess I'm just in the way of that then. And I guess we're going to pretend like I didn't spend 15 years of my life raising your daughter like my own child. I can't believe you're really just going to walk away from me as if I didn't save you and her from living in the streets.
Not just me, you know. Even Joy is, well, overjoyed that her mother came back to be in her life. She's so happy that we're going to be getting married again. So you just have to let me go already.
Okay, fine then. If that's really what you both want, then I know where I'm not wanted.
Good. I'm glad you understand. And don't you ever come near my daughter ever again. Got it? And that includes her wedding. I don't need you there, causing any unnecessary drama for us.
Harmony, are you there? Do you have any idea what's going on? I heard from my dad that the two of you were getting a divorce, and Dad said that he was going to be getting back with my biological mom.
Oh, Joy. I'm so sorry that this is all happening so quickly. Your father barely even spoke to me about it before it was decided. But at least your parents are going to get married before you and your fiancé. Well, so I'm sure that it will be nice to see on the day of your wedding.
What are you talking about? Nothing about any of this is good. I don't want Linda there at my wedding. I want you. Do you really think that I would want the person who had me and then ran out of my life there standing next to me on what's supposed to be the happiest day of my life?
I'm really happy to know that you feel that way, Joy, but I just don't think that I'm going to be able to go. And I'm afraid that you and I may never be able to meet again. Your dad told me he never wanted me to go near you again.
He said what? What is the matter with him? Doesn't he realize that you were the woman who raised me as far back as I can remember? You're the only person I would ever feel comfortable calling my mom. I don't want Linda back, or anywhere near me.
Joy? I never knew you felt so strongly about me.
I am sick of those two. I've always hated my dad, and I've always hated my mom. Especially Linda. She chose to run around and have fun and left my dad to be the one to take care of me with no help. And meanwhile, my dad was always complaining about how he didn't know how to raise a daughter. And so he was looking for someone to marry to help take me off his hands ever since I can remember. They're both terrible parents, and I can't believe they're both mine.
Joy, come now. You shouldn't talk like that about your parents. I mean, the whole reason your mom reached out to your dad in the first place was because you heard you were getting married.
No, Harmony, you don't get to. She didn't reach out to my dad because she was happy to hear that I was getting married. I bet that she's just doing all of this because she thinks that she can get some money out of it. I think she probably knows that I'm engaged to marry the CFO of a very large company, and that's why she's trying to convince my dad to take her back.
I really don't think that's what your mom is trying to do, Joy. Why is it so hard to believe that the woman who gave birth to you is excited to see you get married and take this step towards adulthood?
I am telling you that it isn't that at all. My mom is only out for herself because that's the kind of person that she is. She even reached out to me and was talking about my fiancé. She mentioned how rich he must be and then asked if I could start sending her money every month.
Wait, what? Did she really come to you asking for that?
She did. So I know for a fact that there's no way she's doing this all because she's happy for me. I don't care what my dad says. I want you to be there by me for my wedding.
Oh, Joy. You really don't know how happy it makes me to hear you say all these sweet things about me. But I just really don't think that your dad or Linda would appreciate my being there. And I'm also sure that ulterior motives aside, they both do really want to be there to see you walk down the aisle.
Hold on a second. I think that I've just come up with the perfect plan to fix all of this.
What do you mean? What did you come up with, Joy?
You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. But you have to show up to the wedding, okay? Please. You're the only parent of mine that I even want there. Linda and Dad don't care about me. They just care about themselves. If you aren't going to be able to be there, then I don't even want a wedding.
Well, this is just a beautiful wedding, don't you think? And watching my little girl get married to a stinking rich fiancé just brings a tear to your eye. This is probably the nicest wedding that I've ever been to.
Oh, really? Do you think this wedding is nice?
Of course I do. This is probably how people in Hollywood do it when they get married. And to think that Joy's fiancé brought along his parents too. It really saved me a lot of explaining I'd have had to do with this divorce.
Oh, trust me, the pleasure was all mine in doing so.
Ah, aren't you sweet? Well, Linda is sitting with me. She wants to say to thank you as well. It's all thanks to you that I'm back with my ex-wife and we're all one big happy family again. And look, Linda wanted me to tell you that she's grateful to you for raising her daughter up to be the kind of person who could score such a rich husband.
Well, you can go ahead and tell her that that is not why I raised Joy in the way that I did.
Wow, what's with the attitude, huh? Oh, I know you're upset because she stole me back. Now you're left with nothing, but there's no need to be rude. Or are you just jealous because you know that you'll never go to a wedding this fancy in your entire life? But I suppose I can't blame you. I mean, you spent 15 years raising my daughter. With that hard work and money and effort, you aren't even allowed to watch her get married now. But at least Joy's real mum is here to help her celebrate instead, eh?
Oh, please, Tom, don't even pretend like you understand how I feel about any of this.
Oh, I know that I'm right about what I'm saying when you respond to me like that. Oh, I know it'll make you feel better. Since I'm already here, I can send you a picture of Joy in her wedding dress. That'll be sure to cheer you up, right? And maybe you can stop being such a grouch about all this. I know that we're divorced, and I really don't have any reason to keep talking to you. But I feel like a picture's the least that I could do. Just too bad that that's the closest you're going to get to seeing Joy on a big day.
I actually don't need to see a picture of her, thanks. I already have a great view of it from where I'm sitting right now. But anyways, I think the wedding is about to start, so maybe you should stop all your texting. Or better yet, why don't you just turn off your phone?
Wait a second, what? What do you mean you have a great view of the wedding? How'd you know it was about to start? Did you break in here?
No, I'm at a different wedding than you and Linda. I'm at the real wedding for Joy and her fiancé, so I didn't bother going to the other place like you two.
The real wedding? And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, I mean that I'm at Joy's wedding with her to watch over her and give her away. But you all are just going to be watching a live stream of the real wedding, which I'm at.
Wait a second. A live stream of the wedding? What is going on here? I don't have a clue as to what you're talking about. The wedding is going to happen here and now where I am. I got the invitation from Joy, had the address for the venue, and that's where I'm at now.
Well, yes. You got the invitation to go to the auxiliary venue where we were going to set up screens for the guests we couldn't fit in the real thing to watch. Honestly, you should be grateful that Joy's fiancé was so thoughtful and suggested doing this since there were going to be so many people.
I don't understand.
Anyways, I know that you as proud parents, you two are going to really enjoy watching the stream. I hope you enjoy the show, you two. And I hope you enjoy watching my walk Joy down the aisle.
Hold on a second, Harmony. Were you telling the truth about two different wedding venues? This doesn't make any sense. You two aren't even related by blood. How come Linda and I just get to watch the wedding on a screen while you're there for the real thing?
Oh, well, I guess you two just weren't important enough to the bride or groom to be invited to the real thing. But again, you should be grateful that at least you have the opportunity to watch via the live stream.
I don't believe it. How can this be happening?
Well, it is happening, Dad. You kept putting Harmony down despite all she did for me. But neither you nor Linda were invited to the real wedding. And as of today, I never want to talk to either of you. Ever again. The only parent I have left in my life is Harmony. Do you understand?
Excuse me, and just who are you to talk to your parents like this, young lady?
I think that I'm an adult who can make decisions for myself and determine who my own family is. And that's why neither of you are welcome here.
I don't understand. Where is all this anger coming from? I mean, you do realise that Harmony isn't even your real mother, right? But Linda and I are your real parents. You can't treat us like this. How can you just try and cut us out of your life like this? It doesn't make any sense.
The only person whose actions don't make sense around here is you. Harmony took us in and gave us all the support we needed 15 years ago, and you just leave her? You're terrible, Dad.
You don't know what you're talking about at all.
I know that Linda left you to raise me all on your own, but you only ever treated me like I was an iron ball tied to your ankle. To other people, you always put on the humble single father face and made everyone like you. But I know that you don't deserve an ounce of sympathy.
You're such a little brat. Look, you have no idea what you're talking about. Are you really saying that I didn't put in just as much hard work as Harmony in taking care of you? I worked, I cooked, I cleaned, and it was all for you. I'm even getting back together with your mum for you.
Oh, please, Dad, just stop it. You're not doing any of that for me, and you were overjoyed when you finally married Harmony because it meant having to worry less about taking care of me. I thought that things might finally change for me when you did get married. But all my life, I felt like you resented me for even opening my mouth. And you were always telling me to go to Harmony if I ever had any troubles because you told me you were too busy. You never wanted anything to do with me.
Is that really how I acted towards you? Even so, I'm still your father, and you need to respect me.
I don't care who you are. I'm an adult now, and you need to show me some respect too. But instead, you were always putting down Harmony and I for just existing. You don't get to call yourself my father if you were never even one to me in the first place. In fact, I never want to talk to you or Linda ever again.
Oh, come on, you're not really serious about that, are ya?
Of course I am! And you can go ahead and tell Linda I said as much too. Besides, she only ever came back to you because she thinks that she's going to be able to get some money out of this. Anyways, it's time for me to go out and get married. Enjoy the show, you two. Hey, Harmony, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to my wedding today.
Oh, sweetie, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much for insisting that I be there. I know this was your big day, but it was one of the happiest of mine as well.
I promise to never forget all that you've done for me. And I want you to know that even my husband's family understands that I only have one parent, and it's you.
Well, I look forward to getting to know them all. After all, you're the only daughter I have as well. And please feel free to come over and visit whenever you'd like.
Give me back my daughter, you evil witch. I thought I told you to never go near her again after you and I were divorced. You're taking things way too far now. You ruined my relationship with Joy. You've blown up my whole family and made me watch my only daughter get married via a stream.
I'm sorry you're so upset over all of this, but you should know that this was all Joy's idea. She raised the idea of having a stream of the wedding to her fiancé, and he arranged for it all to be done. I didn't even know what her plan was until I showed up on the day of.
Mean that you had no idea any of this was going to happen at all?
That's right. So don't come to me acting as if I've brainwashed Joy or something. She acted on her own, and the decision to cut you out of her life was all hers. If you have a problem with any of that, I'm not the one you should be complaining to.
I've tried reaching out to Joy, but she won't answer the phone when I call her. That little brat, who does she think she is, ignoring her father like this? She's a terrible daughter. And it's all your fault. You did brainwash her against me because you're the biggest influence she's had in all her life.
But we're not related by blood, and that's all that really matters to you, right? Well, maybe you finally understand how a real family doesn't have to be bonded by blood.
Are you kidding me right now?
It's just what you said, Tom. Anyways, I'm quite busy and don't have any more time to waste on this conversation.
This isn't a game. You have to help me out here. This is all your fault and you need to make Joy take me back. At least tell me how I can get in contact with her new husband. Maybe he'll have the good sense to listen to what I'm trying to say.
You want to talk to her new husband?
Well, how was I supposed to know that my own daughter wanted to cut me off? Besides, I wanted to talk to him on the day of the wedding about getting a job with his family's company. And I wasn't even invited. You ruined my shot at a huge step up.
A new job? What's wrong with your current job?
Well, the thing is that I don't have a current job anymore. It wasn't like I wanted to just stop working though. But I just figured since my daughter was going to be marrying into the family, that I might be able to land myself a good job with them.
Did you really think that that was going to work?
Why wouldn't it? Linda and I both really want to work there, and I think we should be able to. So we really need to reach out to Joy's new husband. If Joy isn't going to talk to us anymore, then we need to go through her husband instead.
That is one of the stupidest things I've heard. I mean, did you really think that his family was going to serve 2 high-paying jobs to you both on a silver platter just because you're Joy's parents?
But I already quit my job. Besides, they have to understand that as her parents, we deserve to get something for all our troubles.
And that's why you think you deserve a job like that?
Please, I've already quit. You have to help us. I was looking forward to getting to spend the rest of my days with Linda, working a cushy job, buying whatever I wanted.
Well, I'm afraid that you two are just going to have to think of something else. I'm afraid that Joy has made up her mind about you two and told her in-laws not to treat either of you as family. So I think that even if you tried talking to her new husband, you still wouldn't get what you want. So you two are just going to have to learn how to make do with what you have. In the end, apparently Tom did find a way to talk with Joy's in-laws. But they told him that as far as they were concerned, Joy only had one parent, and it was me. Then they asked him to leave them and their son alone, since he had nothing to do with either of them, and they shut the door in his face. Tom tried to reach out to me again after that, but I ignored him until I finally decided to block him on everything. Now with no job and no prospects, Tom was desperate to think of something. Linda, however, realized that this isn't the life she was hoping for, and told Tom she wanted a divorce. Again. Tom did his best to keep Linda with him, but the fighting between only got worse, and even the neighbors could hear them shouting at each other.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Well, Samantha, has the baby been born yet?
No, Isaac. Trust me, I'll keep you in the loop on how I'm doing. You don't need to ask me 3 times a day if the baby's been born yet.
You have got to be kidding me! Would you hurry it up already? You've been in the hospital for an entire week now! What are the doctors saying? When do they think it's gonna happen?
Well, my due date is next week, and the doctors say that if the baby isn't born by then, they'll induce labor.
So that means it's still gonna be another week?
I'm sorry, Isaac. I know you're excited to meet the baby, and I am too. I also know that you must have been lonely without me this last week while I've been in the hospital. They said my blood pressure was getting too high, and they wanted to keep me here in case something happened to me or the baby. I guess high blood pressure can be really dangerous to pregnant women.
Now don't worry about me. I haven't been lonely. And speaking of which, I want to get divorced.
Huh? Really, Isaac? That's not funny.
I'm not joking. Look, I know this may be bad timing for you, but it's great timing for me. I'll send a set of divorce papers to your hospital room, sign them and send them back as soon as possible. You're not too sick to sign your name, are you?
Isaac, you're serious about this? You really want to divorce me? Now?
Like I said, it's now or never. I don't want to wait until after the baby is born to get divorced. Things would get super messy. Now that I know you've still got a week until the baby's born, that means you have plenty of time to sign everything.
What is wrong with you? You're divorcing me while I'm in the hospital about to give birth to your baby? Why, Isaac? Why would you betray me like this?
You want the truth? I've fallen in love with someone else.
I don't believe you. Who is it, Isaac? Who is this woman who's so wonderful that you're willing to leave your pregnant wife for her?
Riley.
No. My younger sister? That Riley?
Do you know any other Rileys? You have no idea how hard it's been for me since you've been in the hospital. I've had to cook my own meals, do my own laundry, clean the house by myself, all while still going to work.
You think it's been easy on me?
Obviously, all you're doing is laying around in a comfortable hospital bed all day.
This isn't exactly a king-size luxury mattress, you know. It's also not much fun having wires attached to every part of my body 24/7.
Oh, poor you! You want pity? You're gonna have to look elsewhere. While you've been shirking your responsibilities as my wife, Riley has been taking care of me. Once she heard how hard I was having it, she started coming down here multiple times a day to cook and clean for me. I can't believe I married you and your sister was a far superior woman all along.
I've only been gone a week. 1 week in the hospital and you abandoned me for my sister? You are a psychopath. An evil, pathological monster. How could you?
It is what it is. Getting mad at me won't change anything. Aren't you supposed to be watching your blood pressure?
You're a jerk, Isaac. You are nothing but scum.
Calm down already. I know this is gonna cause problems for you, so I'm prepared to do my part to take responsibility. I'll make sure you and the kid are taken care of. You'll get plenty of child support. You know I can afford it. But just so you're aware, that's all you're gonna get from me.
What are you saying?
That I don't want to be any part of that kid's life. I'm not gonna be a father to some other kid while I should be paying attention to my new wife.
Just when I thought you couldn't stoop any lower, you're abandoning your own child? I am astonished. I never thought you were capable of doing something like this.
Why do you think I'm doing this, Samantha? Huh? It's your fault.
My fault?
Yeah, you must have been eating too much and exercising too little. If you would have taken better care of yourself while pregnant, you wouldn't have landed in the hospital.
You don't know anything about pregnancy. They're extremely unpredictable. Even the same woman can have completely different experiences with each child. And let's set the record straight here. I have been on my feet practically all day, every day, ever since I got pregnant, taking care of the house. You completely refused to help me with the housework. Actually, the doctor said that is what most likely caused my high blood pressure.
Oh, so you're blaming me now?
Yes, because it's your fault.
Oh, go screw yourself. I'm done with you. All that matters is Riley and I can finally be together. Sign those divorce papers just as soon as you get them. Got it? Good luck with the birth.
Riley, answer your phone right now. You owe me an explanation. What could this be in regards to? Don't play games with me, Riley. You can't really blame me, Samantha. You should have been a better wife, that's all. I have been a fine wife for Isaac, and then all of 2 days into my hospital stay, you swoop in and steal my husband away from me? You should be glad I waited this long, honestly. I've been wanting to get my hands on Isaac since you guys started dating. You being laid up in the hospital made this the perfect chance to finally make my move, and I took it. You mean you've been planning this? What woman in her right mind would pass up the opportunity to land a man making 6 figures? He has to make around $300,000 a year, right? I saw that sweet new car he bought. That must have cost a ton. Yeah, actually around $200,000. He went and bought that without talking to me at all. I wanted to get a more practical car since we're going to be having a baby soon. I guess he was thinking about driving around with me instead of you and your kid. Seriously though, I never expected it would be this easy to rip him away from you. He must not have loved you very much to begin with. All it took was a couple meals and a couple hours cleaning his house, and he started giving me the look. You know what I mean? Oh, shut up, Riley. Whatever, you can have him. I don't want a dirtbag like him in my life anyway. You mean you won't fight the divorce? Nope, I'm done. All my feelings for him are gone. Yes! Now I can finally get married to him. We can start going out together in public and everything. Oh, and one more thing. I'll bet you're planning on getting a bunch of money from him in alimony and child support and whatever. But that all ends once I give him a kid. Excuse me? You think you have any say in the matter? You think you can afford to fight him in court? He's got FU money. I don't want him to spend 1 single cent on your kid when he should be spending it all on me and my kids. By the way, we plan on working very hard to have a baby right away, so enjoy his money while it lasts. You are the most selfish, self-centered person I have ever met. You know what? Fine. If that's how you're gonna be, I don't need any money from him. Whoa, really? I'm gonna hold you to that, you know. Go right ahead. No alimony, no child support. On one condition, however. Oh, great, a condition? What is it? The two of you are never to contact me or my child ever again. Is that it? Really? You mean it? Yes. The only thing I want is for you to disappear from my life forever. Awesome! Now you'll be out of the picture and we won't have to give you any money. No taking that back now. A deal's a deal. But are you really sure about this? How are you gonna make it on your own? I'll make do. I quit working once I found out I was pregnant, but my nursing license is still valid. Go ahead and tell Isaac to send the divorce papers as soon as possible. I'll sign them right away. But let me warn you, nothing good will come out of this for you. I know you seem really stoked on having kids, but I strongly recommend you reconsider. You two lack the moral fiber to be good parents. Any kids you had would lead a life of bitterness and misery because of you. Sore loser. I don't want to hear any of your empty threats. Just sign those papers and get out of our lives. I'm going to have tons of babies with Isaac, and they're all going to be just as successful as he is.
Hey, Samantha, you still using this number? If this is still your number, answer me back as soon as possible. I need your help with something.
It was a nice 3 years without hearing from you, Isaac. Why did you have to go and ruin all of that? I was this close to forgetting that you ever existed.
Yeah, you're bitter and angry that I dumped you. I got it. You finished? Good, let's get down to business. It's an emergency. You need to come to my house right away.
I would rather get hit by a truck.
Yeah, funny coincidence. Riley actually did get hit by a truck.
Wow, really? Is she okay?
Not even close. Well, I mean, she'll live, but she'll be stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. The impact severed the nerves in her lower spine. She's paralyzed below the waist.
Wow. That's really too bad. She's still so young.
And I don't need your pity, Samantha. I need your help. You have to come over here and help take care of her. I have way more important things to do than spend all day babysitting her.
What could be more important than taking care of your wife?
Making money? I have to work, and you're her sister, so you have a responsibility to help her out.
No way! I have my own child, my own job, my own life. I have no obligation at all to lift a finger for her.
None of that is an excuse. So you have a kid. She's 3 now, right? 3-year-olds can walk. She can take care of herself. Hey, she could probably even give Riley a hand around the house.
You haven't even met her before, but you think you can make her work for you? To support the woman who stole her father away?
That's right. I am her father. And as her father, I order her to work around the house.
You're disgusting, Isaac.
You can call me whatever you want. Just get over here and start cleaning. I'm desperate. You said you have a job, right? I can take care of that too. I'll pay you to work for me.
How much?
For someone with your skills and experience, $500 a month.
Did you forget a zero in there?
No, someone like you isn't worth any more than $500 a month, that's all. You can keep your current job if you want, but no more night shifts. You need to work day shifts only and come straight over here after you get out. You'll make our dinner and clean up in the evenings, then once Riley's asleep, you can go home. Then you'll have to come in before you go to work every morning to make our breakfast and lunch.
For $500?
It's either that or you work for free.
I'm not working for you for any amount of money.
You can't turn me down. You must need the money. You turned down both alimony and child support. You're probably homeless right now, and it's not gonna be that much work. You should be glad I'm even offering you $500.
If it's not that much work, then you do it. Or at least pay someone a proper wage to do it for you.
You don't get to tell me what to do. Now quit your whining, grab an apron, and get over here. I'm hungry and want my dinner. And don't forget about your sister. Riley needs you.
Sister? What sister? I don't have a sister. My only family are my mom, dad, and daughter.
You're pathetic, Samantha. Are you really still mad about me divorcing you? It's been 3 years already. Get over it.
Yeah, it's already been 3 years since you divorced me while I was getting ready to go into labor. My, how the time has flown. Not that you would know, but your daughter has grown a lot since then. She's walking, talking, running, singing, and playing all day long. I even started her on piano lessons a while back, and she's kind of a natural. But no matter how much time passes and how happy I am watching my daughter grow, I will never forget what you did to me, and I will never forgive you. So no, I won't get over it.
Would you stop thinking about yourself and your petty grudges for 1 second? Don't you care that your sister is paralyzed?
Do I care? Yeah, I guess you could say I do. I couldn't be happier that something so unfortunate happened to someone so evil.
What?
And for the record, Riley and I had a deal. In exchange for not demanding child support and alimony, she would never interfere in my life ever again. She held me to my end of the bargain, so I am holding her to hers.
She never told me anything about that.
I can send you our text messages if you want. She was thrilled about the prospect of never speaking to me again.
Oh, come on. You're really gonna take an off-the-cuff deal like that? Seriously?
Unlike you, I keep my promises. If you want me to break my promises, then you owe me back pay for the child support and alimony you would have had to pay me. Over 3 years, that should come out to around $100,000, I'd say.
You want me to pay you $100,000?
In a lump sum, cash payment, yes. As for caring for Riley, sorry, but $500 just isn't gonna cut it. I'd consider it for $5,000 a month, though.
You're out of your mind. There's no way I'm gonna pay you that much.
Oh? Then no deal. Take care of her yourself. How could you be so cruel to me? You're a nurse, aren't you? You'll take care of whatever random people come into your hospital, but not your own sister? I'm not interested in helping you mitigate the damage that your own karma did to you. You deserve every bit of what happened to you. So how are your babies doing? My babies? Yeah, you said you were gonna have a bunch of babies with him. How are you dealing with them now that you're paralyzed? Well, it turns out having babies isn't as easy as I thought. Actually, it's impossible for me. Uh-oh. You mean I'm infertile? I found out before I got hit by that truck. We've been trying for a long time, so I got tested and yeah, I can't have kids. There are treatments, though, and it's not a 0% chance. It's just really small. Isaac doesn't seem to be interested in me anymore, though. He's been cheating on me. I'll bet he's gonna divorce me any second now. Go on. He's the one who's responsible for me being paralyzed. I was suspicious of him for a while because he started staying at work way later than he did before. So one day I went over to his office to wait for him to get out of work. When he got in his car, I followed him. He drove to a bar downtown and I parked on the opposite side of the road to watch what he was doing. And then I saw him walk out with some pretty young bimbo on his arm. Oh man, keep going. This is getting good. I jumped out of my car to go confront him, but the moment I stepped out of the car, boom. Yeah, boom. That was a great story. Oh, thanks for telling me, Riley. Hey, stop mocking me. I think your attitude is going to change towards me once I tell you about my plan. Your plan? I'm going to divorce him and take him for all he's got. I'll clean out his savings accounts, stock portfolios, his house, even his car. Everything is going to be mine. And if you agree to help me out, then I'll give you half. You need money, right? You're a single mother, so I know things can't be going that great for you. I'd say I'm doing better than you are right now. I don't get it. What's with that attitude? I'm offering you the deal of a lifetime here. You have the opportunity to secure your daughter's future. If you let me live with you, then you'll get all the money you could ever want. You can pay for your daughter's college education, buy her a nice starter house, a nice car, anything. And in the meantime, while you look after me, I can look after her. That way you can keep your job during the daytime and not have to worry about a babysitter or daycare service. So, what do you say? Do we have a deal? Not a chance. I would never let you anywhere near my daughter after what you did to me. You are the home-wrecking harlot who ripped her father away from her, and now you want to babysit her? I think that truck must have damaged your brain, too. Actually, no, you were always this stupid. Never mind. And you want me to let you live with me? Just the thought of seeing you every morning and night makes me want to puke. Are you really gonna turn down free money? I've done it before and I'll do it again. You want to sue him? Go ahead, take him to the cleaners. Then you can use that money to hire a nurse or something. But I don't just want a nurse, I want company. I want a friend. I can't handle being alone. Well, then I guess you have no choice but to do whatever it takes to stay with Isaac, even if that means turning a blind eye while he cheats. You expect me to allow him to cheat on me? How else do you plan on keeping him from divorcing you now that you're infertile and wheelchair-bound? I don't know. Well, put on your big girl thinking cap and start coming up with ideas. Either that or stop asking Isaac for a reason whenever he comes home late.
Samantha, I'm begging you. Please, you have to help me. I lowballed you before with $500 a month. I know, I'm sorry. So name your price. I'll pay you as much as you want. Just take care of Riley for me.
Are you groveling right now? That's a change of heart. What happened to your cocky attitude from before? Go on, tell me all about it. I loved hearing from Riley a month ago.
I'm gonna lose my job at this rate. Riley is constantly bossing me around. I'm at my wit's end.
Well, first things first, calm down. How are you going to tell me about your life collapsing from beneath you if you're so tense?
I can't calm down. Why do you think I'm talking to you right now? I need help now.
Then start explaining.
Okay. So, I tried hiring a bunch of live-in and visiting nurses, but Riley hated all of them. Every time I hired a new one, she would fire her on the first day. Now it's up to me to do everything for her. My company has a strict policy against working from home, but I begged and pleaded with my bosses, and they finally relented and let me work remotely. But it's not going well.
Tell me more, Isaac. Don't spare a single detail.
There's a super important web meeting that I need to lead, but I've had to delay it 5 times now because of Riley. As soon as the meeting starts, she'll start pounding on my door and shouting at me. I'm hungry. I need to go to the bathroom. My leg itches. I can't find the remote. It's almost like she's doing it on purpose. My colleagues are furious, and so are my superiors. They made an exception for me, but since it's now clear I can't successfully work from home, they rescinded my permission. I have to go back to the office now.
How terrible. Please continue.
Every day before I leave the house, she rips into me for the whole morning about how she thinks I'm having an affair.
But you are having an affair, right, Isaac?
That's not important right now.
I thought so.
She follows me out to my car, shouting at me the whole way. You're a cheating scumbag. I'm stuck in this wheelchair while you're sleeping with another woman. I hate you.
Correct on all counts.
Shut up.
Sorry, go ahead and continue.
She shouts so loud that I bet everyone in the neighborhood can hear her. I can see the neighbors looking through the slits in their curtains. It's like my marriage is some kind of soap opera to them.
That sounds positively dreadful, Isaac. Keep going.
Today she did the worst thing yet. She came to my office. She rolled herself all the way into the back offices and started shouting about how I was having an affair. She said it's my fault she got hit by that truck.
Is it your fault?
Again, that's not the point. The point is everyone in my office now knows I'm cheating on her. I mean, thinks I'm cheating on her.
Nice Freudian slip.
You really think this is funny?
Oh no, Isaac, not at all. I was just thinking what a good sign this is.
A good sign?
Riley is healthy enough to get all the way to your office and bypass all your company's security. Isn't that great? She's recovering. She shouldn't need as much help anymore.
I don't think she needs the help either. I think she's just milking her injury for all it's worth.
Well, as much as I am loving story time today, let's cut to the chase. Why are you contacting me? I made it clear the last time I wasn't going to help you.
Yeah, I know. I was going through your Instagram pictures today.
That's kind of creepy.
I was just curious, about how you and our daughter are doing. I see you're taking her to piano lessons.
Yeah, she's been going for a while now.
The video from her recital that you posted a few days ago was one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Seeing her in that cute little dress almost made me tear up a bit. Since Riley's, out of commission, I don't know if we'll ever be able to have kids.
I heard about all of that from Riley. Get to the point.
I want to meet her.
Yep, saw that coming.
I know, you must think I'm the most selfish jerk in the world right now.
You are correct.
But please, can't I meet her? Just once? I'm not stupid enough to ask you to take me back.
You were stupid enough to throw me away, though.
But, I don't know, could we maybe have dinner together one of these days? You, me, and our daughter? What do you say?
What do I say, Isaac? I say you must be out of your mind. Seriously, you've got some gall to be asking me to let you meet our daughter after you willingly walked away from her. Don't think I forgot what you said the day you divorced me. You said that you don't want to be any part of that kid's life. You may have broken every other promise you made to me and Riley, but you're gonna keep that one. She is my daughter, not yours, not ours, mine. She's the most beautiful thing in this world, and I will not allow you to poison her pure heart. You think you can just treat me like dirt and walk in and out of my life whenever it's convenient for you? Think again.
Samantha, I'm sorry. I was awful to you. I realize that now.
You're too late for apologies. I will never forgive you. If you're really sorry and really want to make it up to me, there's only one thing you can do.
What is it? Tell me and I'll do it. Whatever it is, you name it, it's done.
The thing you promised to do 3 years ago. Never interfere in my life again. You are dead to me.
Samantha, please!
Good luck with Riley, Isaac. You're all she has. For once in your life, do the right thing. Don't abandon her like you abandoned me. Goodbye, Isaac. Surprisingly, Isaac kept his word to me. He never tried to contact me again. I heard about how things are currently going for him through some mutual old friends. It was clear to Isaac that Riley would drive away anyone who he hired to take care of her. He put in a request to his company to be transferred to a less demanding position so he'd have more free time to spend on her. This obviously meant a significant pay cut. He's now making less than a third of what he was making before. He couldn't make the payments on his car anymore, so he had to sell it to pay off the rest of the loan. The mortgage on his house is a bit beyond his current means too, but he's fighting tooth and nail to avoid having to move somewhere cheaper. Even at his less demanding position, he's still having a hard time at work. News of his wife's accusations quickly spread through the company. However, like usually happens with rumors, they changed quite a bit as time went on. Just cheating on his wheelchair-bound wife would have been enough to get him labeled a pariah, but once the story became abusing his wheelchair-bound wife, let's just say he's not making any friends in his new department. Riley is also just as bitter and angry as she's ever been. No matter how much he does for her, it's never enough. When he makes her dinner, it's not quick enough. When he makes her bed, it's not neat enough. When he gets her new clothes, they're not stylish enough. Both at the office and around the house, he just wanders around in a daze like his soul has been sucked out of him. As for me, though, I'm doing just fine. After the divorce and birth of my daughter, I moved in with my parents for a while. Once I was able to get back to work, they looked after my daughter while I was gone. Now I'm completely back on my feet and I'm living on my own in an apartment near the hospital where I work. My daughter has been scouted by a private elementary school for musically gifted students. Not only that, they said due to my family situation, she would qualify for a full scholarship. I can't wait to see what the future brings, both for me and my daughter.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.